Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day, and we're just going to get straight into this video. We are doing Star Wars ranking videos, and we have Aled Morris.
Hello.
So, of course, we've got perfection, good, okay, bad, and what's the point? Pretty self-explanatory. We've got all 9 films here, and we're going to rank them on how good they were and how bad they were. So, starting off with number 1, The Phantom Menace. What do you think of that?
To be honest, it's pretty bad in a way of dialogue and of course the obvious Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, and Darth Maul, he was one of the... Wait, no. What was it? It was the first time a Sith was revealed in how many years?
I don't know, to be honest. It must have been a while.
Yeah, and then he just gets killed. Not like that, but a pretty simple move by a Jedi, sliced in half, and that was it. It's cool lightsaber, double-sided, just never seen again. So
Yeah, a bit wasted, really.
of course we've seen Palpatine. He's been in about every single Star Wars film, 1 to 9.
Oh, yeah.
But it just seemed... I wouldn't say Darth Maul wasn't trained enough. It's just Obi-Wan was too smart, I suppose.
Oh, yeah. I think Darth Maul is definitely one of the highlights of the film, but he's also wasted.
I know, yeah. Qui-Gon Jinn is also, well, he wasn't the best you've ever seen, because we didn't really get to see all his moves and that, and what his speciality was and that. But again, he just got knocked in the face and then stabbed like that, and it basically just showed how great Obi-Wan was. But at the same time, and then you had little baby Anakin and Padme. What was that?
Oh my god.
What was that?
A 10-year difference between the two.
He was 9, she was 19. What? I don't.
I think it probably would have worked if he was the same age as Obi-Wan.
Yeah, Obi-Wan was like quite young still, but not 9.
Yeah, but the reason why they did it so young was so that they could set up their relationship as a type of father figure to Anakin.
Yeah, I suppose so. So overall, should we put it in bad or okay?
Pretty bad, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Right, next up, episode 2. Bit better than the first one. Anakin's now a big boy now. But he's still a Padawan.
Well, the entire love thing is just a complete mess.
Yeah.
It's really bad in terms of that little plot line.
Yeah. And then you had that one line saying how he hates sand and that.
Yeah,
Just...
I hate sand. Yeah, it gets everywhere. There's a lot of redeeming bits in this, though.
I mean, you had Count Dooku and Yoda fight, so that was pretty sick.
Yeah, Christopher Lee as Count Dooku is absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah, but things I found out the other day that he's been dead for 5 years now.
Yeah, it was a real shame, to be honest.
Yeah, he's 90. Was it 93, 95? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was a true shame, to be honest.
Christopher Lee was... Hang on. Yeah, he was 93.
93.
1922 he was born. To 2015.
Yeah. I think he played one of the original Draculas as well.
Oh, did he? Oh.
Yeah, he played Dracula in an old film as well, so he was quite a well-known actor.
All I remember is him in obviously Star Wars, and then that flashback in Willy Wonka where he was saying how you can't eat candy and all that. It's just...
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But yeah, I think Attack of the Clones is definitely one of the better films. A lot of people hate it for the love triangle, like the love kind of story.
Yeah, putting that aside though, the cool feature was Jango Fett. Again, he didn't last very long.
Yeah, definitely.
Mace Windu was pretty cool, first time seeing him in his lightsaber and that.
I think what was annoying about with Boba Fett is that they give him the thing about the prequels, it's all about origin stories. You know,
Yeah.
of the Phantom Menace had the origin story of Obi-Wan and Anakin, and then in this one they had the origins of the clones and
Yeah.
also Boba Fett. But they hint at something with Boba Fett, but he's never seen again.
Yeah, that's true.
They did bring him back for the Clone Wars, but the Clone Wars series. But even then, he's not really used a lot.
We did see him once in Return of the Jedi, where then people thought he died in the Sarlacc, but there's hints that he wasn't. And in the Mandalorian season 2 trailer, people were saying that he's seen that they've seen his armor and that.
Yes.
So he must have got out of it, but I don't think they put him in a series, to be honest.
Well, I hope he is his story gets a proper ending.
Yeah, because it was literally just rolled off the ship, whatever it was, and then.
But there's a lot of good bits in episode 2.
Yeah.
If you get out of the love storyline, if you take away that.
Yeah, I'd say it was okay or good. I'd say more okay, but.
More of the I think it was more of the okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, now, best episode ever now, episode 3.
Yes, episode 3 is by far the best Star Wars film ever.
Putting it right at the top right now, but talking about it, Anakin is now grown up, fully, wanting to become a master. I don't know, it's a while ago, but the only reason he was so desperate to get the rank of master was because he believed that something in there would save Padme. Because you could see her dying soon, didn't he? In his dreams.
Yeah, and do you know what is the most... there's this really big theory going about now. That when Mace Windu told Anakin to wait in the council chambers...
Yeah. They're
saying that he told him to wait there, and when Mace Windu came back, he was going to make Anakin a master.
I heard that, yep.
That huge rumour, and it just adds to his tragic background.
I know, he could have had that chance there, and...
Yeah. And it's, it's probably also, I think it's Ian McKellen, the actor for Palpatine. He shines the most out of this.
Oh, yeah.
By far the best character in this film. And Anakin is also a good part in this.
Yeah. And then you had the Obi-Wan here at the end. We've literally, the best fight ever came on. And
I think the only problem with the third film is that there's not enough of it.
Oh, I know, I couldn't get enough.
There's so much more they could have added on. And there's so many rumours about saying that there's actually a 4-hour cut of the film.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy to think that.
I know, yeah. And this is the episode, so much went on. You seen Mace Windu, he had a bit of a tragic, not tragic, but he was a bit oh, that's it, you're gone. People like to say, sorry, bye.
Yeah.
He was really powerful, because, I've heard people say he got his purple lightsaber just because he asked for it, but that wouldn't have made sense. So the reason he got it, the actual reason, is because obviously blue and red is purple, so he wasn't afraid of the dark side at all. So that's why he had a purple.
And also, it's Samuel Jackson. He gets.
Yeah. But just putting it in there because he wanted it would make sense.
Yeah.
So, of course, that is at the top. It was the
definitely
best.
The best.
Oh yeah. Apart from them poor younglings, of course, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Right, now we're getting on to 1970. So, A New Hope.
New Hope. It's a good start to the original trilogy.
Yeah. Of course, this came out first though, so people were probably a bit confused about whatever happened. But we met Han, met Chewie, Leia, Luke growing up, all that, and Luke and Leia didn't even know they were siblings. So Luke started to like Leia, and it was just embarrassing.
Yeah, it was a lot of it, most of it was made up on the way. George Lucas didn't know what he was doing at some points, and it really shows it at times. But it's a great film.
It is, yeah. Of course, we still see R2 in this and C3PO.
Yes.
And
I think,
go on.
yeah. Sorry. The only thing with it though is that the fight sequences aren't as good.
Yeah, it's bad. I reckon. Of course, they can't remake it because all the characters are old. Some passed away, which, unfortunately,
Yeah.
like Carrie Fisher and that. But if they remade it, I'd say, with the technology they have today, it would be probably better than the prequels, I imagine.
Yeah, because they
Possibly,
have someone has done a reimagination of the fight versus Darth Vader and Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I've seen that. That was
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah, it's really good. And also, it's just like a lot of characters aren't interacting with each other properly
Yeah.
because this was the first one. So, like, a lot of this, with C-3PO being owned by Anakin and stuff, all of this wasn't thought about before.
Yeah. But I read that C-3PO was gifted to Padme as a wedding present, and then R2-D2 was gifted towards Anakin, because Anakin made C-3PO, Padme had R2-D2. They then exchanged as a gift and wedding and that.
But they try and fix that because at the end of the third one, their minds actually get wiped. But then that becomes a future problem at the end of the franchise, which we'll get to.
Yeah. And then, of course, the originals had so many plot twists as well, like I'm your father, because back then no one knew. People hadn't seen the prequels; they weren't made, so people would be like, "Oh wow, oh my god."
Well, yeah, it was most of the big reveals were made up on the actual during its thing. Like he kept rewriting it and stuff. Even some of the crew didn't know what he was saying.
I know, yeah, but it worked out perfectly in the end. I'm not gonna lie, but most did. So I'd say that this deserves to go in the good section, yeah.
Definitely deserves to be second, yeah.
And of course, the thing is, I didn't like Obi-Wan in there. Obi-Wan just seemed very miserable. I know he's old, but like, come on.
You gotta hand it to Alec Guinness. He did a really good job as Obi-Wan.
He did, but I read that he actually hated Star Wars, but he did it anyway for the money.
Yeah, but it's just that the fact that the fight sequences could have been a lot better.
Yeah,
but then
I understand his plan is like a Force Ghost so he can help Luke and that, but like, come on, Obi-Wan was a legend.
Back then, it just was so different.
Right, episode 5. Which one was that? Return of the Jedi, wasn't it?
Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, is probably in the original.
Yeah, that one. I can't actually remember. Oh, it's the Hoth. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Start off there.
It's just.
And then Luke got smacked by a wampa, he cut his arm off. Remember that?
I am your father.
No. Yeah, that was the episode review. I think it might have been Return of the Jedi where he went training with Yoda. Was it that one?
It was no. That was the 5th one.
Oh, so Empire Strikes Back was it? Yeah.
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back. He starts his training with Yoda, and Yoda is definitely a big character in this, which I love.
Yeah, and he looks weird though, like, different, but obviously he would. 1970.
Yeah, but also his character's a bit affected by this because like in the prequels we see how powerful Yoda is.
Yeah, we do.
And then that's only shown in the second and the third one.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the films he's in, he's just walking around and using the Force bits.
I mean, he did more than Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan used a few mind tricks. That's about it. You know, Yoda still he's training. You know, someone.
Yeah.
So that's a big move.
Yeah,
but he went to like a planet where no one was really, so he sort of shut himself off, which what Luke did in episode 8. Would you reckon that'd be okay or good?
Definitely good.
Oh yeah, and then see, I think in the 4th, 5th, and 6th one, you got Darth Vader in the background of all of them.
Yeah.
It's just how badass his character is and how dark. It just shows that he's still there. You know, he ain't going. He's well powerful.
Yeah, he's definitely like. Although Palpatine is like the main villain in the overall Skywalker franchise.
Yeah.
Darth Vader is the starving bad guy in the original trilogy.
Yeah, he's just the. Well, I know he's meant to be the apprentice of Palpatine. Well, Darth Sidious, but Darth Vader is, he was literally a master. Like that's what he seemed to be like.
Yes, he's it because it's like it's the Skywalker saga, isn't it? It's all
Yeah.
about because you had Darth Vader as the main bad guy in the original trilogy.
Mhm.
You've got Anakin Skywalker, who was also him in the prequels. It's all about the
Mhm.
Skywalkers.
Yeah.
I think that's what the Disney era gets wrong.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because after when it came to the originals, not the originals, the sequels, Disney then owned it, and it just started going downhill from there. I think we can all agree
Yeah,
with that.
but
Yeah. So pretty good film.
yeah,
Next, and the last one of the originals is Return of the Jedi. This is where the reveal was of I'm your father. What was it? The last one? Was it
yeah.
this one or the last one?
No, it's episode 5 was when the big reveal of
Oh yeah. And this is where, yeah, it all came to an end. I remember now. Yeah.
yeah,
And
it's
then Jabba the
definitely
Hutt. Yeah.
it's,
I think
it's
this is the episode where Boba Fett died. Well, Boba Fett supposedly died. We met Lando, I think, or that. No, that was episode 5, wasn't it?
yeah,
Yeah. And of course, then Darth Vader decided to join Luke because Luke was getting tased to death, basically.
yeah. That is arguably my favorite scene in the entire
Yeah.
series.
And Darth Vader just shows that he's the boss, picks Palpatine up, throws him off the edge. We all think he's dead, but he's not, is he?
Yeah, but he should have been because it ends Anakin's story.
It does, yeah.
For him to come back just completely undermines that.
Mhm.
But Return of the Jedi is a really good film.
Yeah.
I think what I did find, growing up with it, I loved it, but it just felt a bit silly in some ways,
A bit.
because especially the Jabba scenes, they were entertaining, but the fact that they went in one by one and kept failing,
Yeah.
it's a bit stupid, really.
I mean, it was 1970s. You gotta give it a chance, I suppose. That's why I was saying if they made it like towards today, it'd be amazing.
Yeah. But yeah, it's that, and of course the Ewoks.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, the little lovely teddy bears.
Endor, yeah.
Yeah, they were definitely something I wasn't really a fan of.
Oh, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I found that they were a bit scary when I was little. I was actually terrified of them.
Running around with spears.
Yeah. I actually cried when one of them died.
An
the
Ewok.
Yeah, an Ewok, because there's a scene where two Ewoks are running, and then one gets shot, and the other one cuddles them. I was like, oh no! I was so sad by that.
But I think we can put this in the good category as well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, here we go. Right. The Force Awakens. Oh god.
Right. This. Oh. It is a good film, but it's basically a remake of A New Hope.
Kind of is, yeah.
And it's got no. It's. Oh. I don't know. It's good. Like, I can honestly say it's one of the better Disney films.
Mhm.
You know?
Oh yeah, because Disney took over at this point.
Yeah. And there's a lot of great characters in it. Kylo Ren, Finn, Poe Dameron, Rey.
You had Han Solo come back, and then Leia.
Han Solo and Leia comes back. The fact that Luke Skywalker isn't in it, that's what I hate.
Barely, yeah. But I heard he was in like what a 10 seconds. Well, like a minute scene at the end. It's not even that.
He's in it at the very end.
But he had to lose like 4 stone for that one scene. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a huge cliffhanger at the end, and it's just, I don't know. This is definitely one of the better films, but the fact that Han Solo dies as well, and we don't get to see the original 3 main characters together again.
I know, yeah. Oh, they were all alive at the same time as well, yeah.
Yeah, like, it's okay with Leia getting to see both of them, but Luke and Han not seeing each other is just, it just ruins everything.
Because you've seen where Rey was like, oh, I thought that was all fake, and then Han started talking about Luke and how he knew him and all that, and but you never saw him.
Yeah, and we don't really get a lot of ideas of what happened during this 30-year gap.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like it just feels like the Empire is the First Order, and they never properly went anywhere.
And another thing that just felt weird is, like, obviously after episode 6, they all had a mass celebration. It was all done. Darth Vader was, well, Sidious was defeated. Darth Vader was unfortunately dead, but he turned to the good side anyway. Everything was all amazing. It was all sorted. And then you come back, and then for how many years it would have been in the timeline.
Yeah.
It's like they don't talk to each other anymore. They don't even interact. They're just dead on the outside because they all seem moody and that.
Yeah, it's
was
like there's
weird,
no
but-
originality in it, and I do enjoy J.J. Abrams. He is a really
Yeah.
good actor and director, but it's just, you know, it's too much of a remake than an actual original film.
Fuck your fireworks. The thing is, what annoyed me the most is in the Force Awakens they put Finn as the main like thing on the poster. How he had the lightsaber and everything, but yet he wasn't the Jedi.
Yeah, I think it was a good reveal, but just the fact that this is the only film where Finn is actually the main character in a way, and then
Yeah.
after that he gets sidelined.
Yeah, because he has the lightsaber when Mars gives it to him, takes on that one, it wasn't the traitor, but then rescues
Yeah.
Poe, that's his highlight there, and then find out his name, how he's been brainwashed and that, and so yeah, the start of it definitely focused on him, that film was mostly on him, and then after that, yeah.
Yeah, and what I kind of hated when I first watched that film, the only thing I could feel like was that so Rey gets the lightsaber, and then it also looks like she's gonna keep the Millennium Falcon as well, and I'm like, well, you're just making two characters into one,
Yeah.
you know, and she just has no right to have Han's ship. It's just
Yeah.
it's an opinion that I had at the time that I just felt like she's being too overly used.
Yeah. Because
You
obviously,
know?
you had Obi-Wan and Anakin in the prequels. You had mainly, well, it's mainly the trio, but like you had Padme, Anakin, and Obi-Wan, Luke,
Yeah.
Han, and Leia, and this. I know it's Rey, Finn, and Poe, but it's mainly just Rey that all of it.
Yeah, because the sequel trilogy doesn't show Finn, Poe, and Rey as a trio until the last film in the sequel trilogy, which is a bit rubbish, really.
I bet, yeah.
And there's not a lot of, you know, it just feels underdeveloped.
I think we could put this in the okay section then, yeah.
Yeah, the okay section, definitely.
Right. The Last Jedi.
Oh my god, The Last Jedi. I like a good twist here and there, but the twists that were in this film were just flat out terrible.
I just think, what's the point in this movie? Like, straight at the bottom, because Luke, he didn't even fight. Like, I thought, oh my god, he's actually going to do it. This is amazing. This is worth waiting 2 years for. But he doesn't. He just starts dodging Kylo Ren's lightsaber strikes and find out he's not even real.
Yeah, and it's the fact that Luke's entire story, I just really do not like it because it just acts completely out of character. I understand the kind of hero redemption, but the fact that they do that and then kill him off in his film that comes back, it's a bit disappointing. And they wasted Snoke as well.
I bet, yeah.
I
He's
love
easily killed.
Snoke. I really hoped he was going to be the next like big bad, and the fact that they just wasted him was just really
There are so
bad.
many theories on who he actually is. Like, Mace Windu, is it like a clone, or is it? I don't know. Like,
Yeah. So it was. I think there was plenty of good moments in it. The fight sequences. Even though I didn't like the storyline, I still enjoyed Mark Hamill in it.
yeah,
Finn, as I said, he was sidelined to
yeah,
nothing but comic relief.
yeah. Quite
Same
a lot.
with General Hux, also a comedy actor. So,
But Finn, it was that other girl that kept like,
Bose.
yeah, I didn't see the point of her whatsoever. I didn't like her.
When I saw the last bit where it looked like Finn was gonna sacrifice himself, I was like, right, the entire film is building on his like storyline of becoming a hero, and I think that if Finn did die, I know it would have been big and massive and huge and stuff, but I think that if Finn did die in that film, his character arc would have finished beautifully. You know, it would have been a great character arc to end on.
I think so, yeah.
And Rose comes along and ruins it.
Mhm.
And it's a real shame, really. But there's plenty of good moments in this film, as well as bad. I think more bad than good.
Yeah, definitely. Because Kylo was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna redempt you, and then, just he really wanted to kill Luke, even though he respected Anakin so much.
I did feel that I did enjoy Luke Skywalker's death scene. I have to admit, I was in tears when I watched it in cinema. The music and the way it just
Suppose so, yeah.
amazing. But I kind of wished it was at the end of this trilogy rather than the second film.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll put it as that. It's bad.
Yeah.
And then lastly, the rise of Skywalker.
I'm a bit of mixed feelings with this film because it definitely feels like a proper Star Wars film.
It does finally, but I know this like at the end of the film, but the part that annoyed me is she called herself a Skywalker when, if you ask me, she isn't. She's a Palpatine.
She isn't, and I think I was, it's one of those really. It feels rushed in some moments.
Yeah.
I think it should have been a 2-part film.
Obviously, you could do 3 episodes in a trilogy. That's how it works. But yeah.
Yeah, I know it wouldn't be like a trilogy, but it feels like it was trying to be an episode 8 and 9 at the same time. And I think that's why I feel that they should have just stayed with J.J. Abrams as the director and writer.
Yeah.
They should have just chosen one director rather than pick different ones, because it just doesn't work as an overall story.
I know, yeah, because you know when they're all sinking in that quicksand.
Yeah.
I read that Finn was actually going to tell Rey that he was force sensitive.
Yes, there was a lot of hints to it from the film, but Disney cut it out of the film.
Because I had no idea what I thought he was going to say that he loved her or something like that until.
Well, yeah, there's like apparently loads of rumors about different cuts of the film. There's a George Lucas and J.J. Abrams cut of the film, and they've said that there's a lot of like, Palpatine was reduced to like just lightning when there was actually a proper Force lightsaber battle.
Yeah.
And the Force ghosts were supposed to be in it.
I feel like a fan made vision of that. They should have been. They really should have been.
Yeah, Kathleen Kennedy really cut the story down just so that they could focus on Rey, which I think was really bad because it's not really her story. It's more Skywalker's.
A shock. Well, everyone wanted to know who her parents really were, but they were just some normal people, I think.
Yeah.
But like again, it was all that build up just for that. And back in The Force Awakens, we were like, oh, okay, who are her parents? And then after that, we were like, in The Last Jedi, we seen how there was like a mirror, and then after that, we just didn't care, and they carried on thinking we cared who their parents were when we didn't.
I do think it would have been a bit better if they would have just carried on with the story, rather than J.J. Abrams retconning The Last Jedi in a way. He should have just carried on with the story that Rian Johnson did, even if it was bad.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of good moments in it.
Oh yeah. Like,
it's one of the better films of Star Wars.
What did annoy me though is like you had Palpatine come back, and I don't know. It was just that was just what was that?
I think Palpatine was definitely one of the better characters in that film, but it's just his return isn't properly explained.
Nah, it ain't at all. Like, how did he even get out of it? Yeah, we see that he's very weak, so he's got a machine now to keep him alive. But at the same time, how did he get out? We don't even know what happened. Yeah, the Death Star was washed up, and we heard him laugh at the end in the trailer, and that was like really. It was cool to hear, but at the same time,
Yeah, and it's the fact that they explain a lot more in the book version of it, but really, people aren't gonna just buy a book so they can be told stuff that they should have been told in the film.
yeah, true.
You know, it's just lazy writing, and I don't think it's completely J.J. Abrams' fault, but rather than Disney.
Yeah. And of course, we found out the Rey was actually Palpatine because Kylo Ren told her. It was him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then we found out that she had lightning, and then she thought she could Chewie when she didn't, and all this and that. But
It's a film that should have been good, but it wasn't as good.
I know, yeah. Okay section, yeah.
Yeah, the okay section.
So, end of this list, we have perfection. We have episode 3, which you cannot argue is the best.
Definitely.
And then in the good section, you've got episode 4, 5, and 6, just the originals. They're pretty good. Okay section, you have episode 2, 7, and 9. And in the bad section, you've got episode 1 and 8, which is fair. And nothing at the very bottom. So, I was tempted to put, if I had a choice, I'd put The Last Jedi in the bottom and bad, so like in between, because I didn't really see much point of it. Snoke,
Yeah.
what was that? Luke,
It was
again, what was that?
Yeah, The Last Jedi is definitely like, you know, it didn't feel like a Star Wars film to me.
No, it was because Ryan Johnson, that's his first ever directed film. He never done one before that, so I don't know why they let him.
Yeah, he wrote and directed it, which is like a bit. Maybe if he followed what J.J. Abrams left him, maybe it would have been good. But the fact that he scrapped his ideas.
Yeah. So there, guys. There you have it. That's ranking all 1 to 9 Star Wars films. We're just focusing on the whole Skywalker saga 1 to 9. That's where he didn't seem to do Rogue One or Solo film. So yeah, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, a bit long. I'll try and shorten this down. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Smash me a like button, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.